Have you ever felt a sudden, strange symptom and brushed it off as just part of getting older? While many aches and pains are normal, our bodies sometimes send us critical warning signs that something is seriously wrong. Too often, these signals are overlooked until it's too late. Disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes and is designed to raise awareness about serious medical symptoms. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice. If you or a loved one experience any of these symptoms, please seek immediate medical attention by contacting your local emergency services. Today, we are going to discuss 6 critical health signs that you should never ignore. Understanding these warnings and knowing when to act quickly is not about living in fear. It's about being an empowered advocate for your own health. This knowledge could save your life. If this video was valuable to you, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. 1. Unexplained shortness of breath. Unexplained shortness of breath. If you are suddenly winded after a simple activity like walking up a flight of stairs, or feel breathless even while resting, this is a serious warning sign. Sudden, unexplained shortness of breath can indicate a critical problem with your heart or lungs. When the heart isn't pumping efficiently, fluid can build up in the lungs, a condition known as congestive heart failure. It could also be a sign of a pulmonary embolism, a potentially fatal blood clot that has traveled to the lungs. Robert, a 74-year-old, noticed that even short walks left him struggling to breathe. He dismissed it as just getting older. A week later, he collapsed from a massive heart attack. His shortness of breath was a crucial symptom that, if heeded, could have saved him. If you find yourself gasping for air after mild activity, or waking up at night unable to catch your breath, take it seriously. It is your body's way of sounding an alarm. 2. Frequent chest discomfort. Frequent chest discomfort, not just pain. Most people think a heart attack is always a crushing, dramatic chest pain. But the truth is, the signs can be much more subtle. An uncomfortable pressure, a mild burning, a dull ache, or a squeezing sensation in the chest, especially if it comes and goes, could be your body warning you of an underlying heart problem. These symptoms often appear days or even weeks before a major cardiac event. Because they aren't as severe as what we see in movies, many people tragically ignore them. Harold, 78, would occasionally feel a little squeeze in his chest when carrying groceries. Since it always went away, he thought nothing of it. One evening, the tightness returned and didn't let up. It was a fatal heart attack. In hindsight, his family realized those mild episodes were his heart's cries for help. If you feel any unexplained sensation of pressure, squeezing, or discomfort in your chest, especially during activity or stress, please pay attention. It is essential to get it checked out. 3. Sudden weakness or dizziness. Sudden weakness or dizziness. You're going about your day, and then out of nowhere, a wave of dizziness washes over you, or an arm or leg suddenly feels weak. It might only last for a moment and it's easy to dismiss, but this is a critical warning. Sudden weakness or dizziness can be an early sign of a stroke. Many people experience what's called a TIA, or a mini-stroke, where blood flow to the brain is temporarily disrupted. The symptoms often disappear quickly, leading people to believe everything is fine. But a TIA is a massive warning sign that a full-blown, debilitating stroke could be imminent. It can also be a sign of an irregular heartbeat, like atrial fibrillation, which can lead to life-threatening blood clots. George, a 72-year-old, felt lightheaded one afternoon and his leg felt strangely weak. It passed in a few minutes. The next morning, he suffered a major stroke. The dizzy spell was his body's warning. If you suddenly feel unsteady, weak, or dizzy, do not ignore it. 4. Swelling in the legs or abdomen. Swelling in the legs or abdomen. You take off your socks at the end of the day and notice deep indentations around your ankles. This swelling, also known as edema, is easy to dismiss as water retention. but especially if it's new or getting worse, it can be one of the earliest signs of a serious heart, kidney, or liver problem. When your heart isn't pumping efficiently, fluid can build up in the lower parts of your body. This often signals worsening heart failure. The swelling itself isn't usually painful, but it's a major red flag that your body is struggling to manage its fluid balance. Frank, a 76-year-old, noticed his ankles looking puffy. He figured it was from sitting too long, but then he started feeling more fatigued and his stomach looked bloated. He waved it off until he woke up one morning struggling to breathe. At the hospital, he was diagnosed with severe heart failure. The swelling was his body's warning sign long before the crisis. If you notice persistent swelling, especially if pressing on the skin leaves an indentation, take it seriously. 5. Sudden and unusual fatigue. Sudden, overwhelming fatigue. This is not the normal tiredness you feel at the end of a long day. This is a sudden, profound exhaustion that leaves you feeling completely wiped out, even after a full night's sleep. Simple tasks like making coffee or getting dressed feel like a monumental effort. This type of unusual fatigue can be a major warning sign of an impending heart attack. When the heart is struggling to pump blood, the body redirects its limited energy to keep the vital organs functioning. This can leave you feeling overwhelmingly exhausted, sometimes for weeks before a major cardiac event. Ruth, 70, had always been full of energy. Then, over the course of a month, she started feeling unusually tired. A trip to the grocery store would leave her completely drained. One morning, she woke up with a strange pressure in her chest and was rushed to the hospital. She was having a heart attack. The fatigue she had been feeling for weeks was her body's advanced warning. If your energy levels have dropped drastically for no clear reason, do not brush it off. 6. Irregular or racing heartbeat. Irregular or racing heartbeat. Fluttering, skipping beats, or pounding for no apparent reason. It might only last a few seconds, so you dismiss it as stress. But an irregular or racing heartbeat is a silent warning, sign of a dangerous condition. One of the most common causes is atrial fibrillation, or AFib, where the heart beats in an erratic, disorganized way. This isn't a minor inconvenience. It significantly increases the risk of stroke and heart failure because the irregular rhythm can allow dangerous blood clots to form in the heart. Tom, 73, kept experiencing short bursts of a rapid heartbeat. During a routine checkup, his doctor detected the irregular rhythm and diagnosed him with AFib. His doctor told him that if he had waited much longer, he could have been at serious risk of a life-threatening stroke. If you ever feel fluttering sensations, or if your heart suddenly speeds up without reason, especially if it's accompanied by dizziness, it is a sign that your heart needs immediate medical attention. We've just covered 6 critical warning signs that your body uses to sound the alarm: shortness of breath, chest discomfort, sudden weakness, swelling, unusual fatigue, and an irregular heartbeat. The problem is, too many of us dismiss them as minor issues, not realizing they could be warnings of a life-threatening event. The most important takeaway today is this: listen to your body. When something feels wrong, do not wait. It is always better to seek medical attention and be told it's nothing than to wait until it's too late. Being informed puts you in control. Knowing these signs gives you the power to protect yourself and to act when it matters most. You don't have to live in fear, but you must live with awareness. This information could save a life. Please share this video with your parents, your friends, and anyone you care about. If you feel comfortable, please share a story in the comments about how listening to your body made a difference for you or a loved one. If you found this video valuable, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more essential content on your health and well-being. Thank you for watching.